What's up guys, that Racing Game Guy here, doing a car vlog today, talking about the EPA and all that stuff about them outlawing race cars. Now basically what's going on, it's not that, I'm not wearing my hat, it's not that I always wear my hat, you know, it's kind of weird to not wear my hat. Basically what it is they're saying the EPA is gonna ban, you know, making your car into a race car, and they're gonna ban race cars and racing and everything. And I know I'm a little bit late on this. It was kind of last month. I know I'm late, but basically I just got around to researching it. You know, I got my laptop pulled up here, and basically I looked on Autoblog, Road and Track, which advertisements. Looked on Jalopnik, and also looked on Car Throttle, and basically they all say the same thing. What they're saying is people were freaking out because, you know, they were saying things like, see if I can find it here. I know it was on Jalopnik. Here we go. Prohibit, quote unquote, prohibit conversion of vehicles originally designated for on-road use into race cars, and quote unquote, make the sale of certain products for use on such vehicles illegal. Now, that sounds pretty harsh, pretty kind of overboard with the EPA and everything. But if you go over to Road and Track, they say, no, the EPA didn't just outlaw your race car. And they have a picture of a nice new Miata. And basically what they're saying is that, you know, SEMA, the Specialty Equipment Marketing Association, the ones that put on the big SEMA show in Las Vegas every year, the SEMA actually met with the EPA to you know, discuss this and everything. And basically what's going on is, you know, some cars, depending on where you live, they have to have certain things like EGR and catalytic converters, certain emissions parts for on-road use. Racing, it's fine, you can take it off as long as the car stays on the track and it doesn't get driven on public roads. It's kind of like how red diesel is used for off-road use and green diesel is on-road, and you can't use red for on-road, or you're not supposed to. That kind of a thing. Off-road, it's fine. Off-road, it's fine, but on public roads you have to have all this emissions stuff, and I know some places don't require it and some places are more strict than others, but they're trying to make it to where none of that. They don't want any of that. They want they want all the emission stuff everywhere, even on the track. And honestly, that kind of defeats the purpose of racing, because to build a high horsepower car like that, you can't stop those emissions. You can't block those emissions. The catalytic converters aren't going to do anything except for burn up and get spit out of the tailpipe at that point. So it's kind of pointless. I guess the EPA doesn't really realize that they do some dumb stuff sometimes, but that's basically what's going on with it. It's not that they're trying to ban race cars, it's just that they're trying to implement more emissions control, which is absurd. It's ridiculous. I Googled it, and basically all what came up was stuff like Car Throttle's article and Jalopnik's article about, what are they talking about? The only other thing I found, which was a little bit interesting, is, and I'm not trying to start a political debate here because that will never end, but Marco Rubio's website did come up. It was within like the first few results as well. He's basically saying, Marco Rubio doesn't support it. They're known for their stupid regulations, and now they're going after American hobbies and all this stuff. So I guess props to, plus 1 point to Marco Rubio for, not supporting that, because essentially, and really, it's kind of hard to avoid the politics. You know, like I said, I'm not trying to start a debate, but it's hard to avoid it just because it's, you know, the EPA and like everything they do, it's so like political, and it's all political. It's not even necessarily that they care about the environment, because honestly, if they cared about the environment, they wouldn't push electric cars so much, because you know those batteries can only be charged so many times. It's just like, you know, my laptop, where the battery's kind of going bad and it doesn't last very long. You know, if I don't have it plugged in, batteries can only be charged so many times. So when your electric car runs out, they're going to be disposing of those batteries. You pay just as much money in electricity as you do gas, if not more, for an electric car versus a little four-cylinder like a Honda or something that gets 40 miles to the gallon. And you know, the power that you're getting from the car is coming from a power plant that puts off a heck of a lot more emissions than cars do. So really, if they cared about the environment that much, they would kind of focus on the big stuff and not cars, which is like the smallest amount of pollution on the planet. So it's really, really all political. And, you know, again, I'm not trying to start a political debate, but it's hard to avoid the political side of it. So that's kind of why they're doing that and what they're doing and everything. But it's heavily being pushed to be stopped, which is a good thing, because aside from the fact that it's our passion, and you know, of course we don't want it because we want to race and we want our cars and we want that hobby, and it's us, it's, you know, our lifestyle. Aside from that, we're kind of, you know, protected by the Constitution to do this stuff. You know, it's America, it's a free country, you know. So I very clearly don't support it. I can't think of any car guy that would support it, but I know some people had asked me a couple weeks ago, whenever it was really big and buzzing around everywhere, a couple people had asked me how I felt on it, and I didn't really know what was going on with it, but today I got around to researching it, so went and researched it and figured I'd go ahead and do that vlog. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, leave me a thumbs up, comment down below on what you think. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to hit that red subscribe button down below. Channel's actually getting to be a good size, and I'm really happy with the progress. We're up to almost 3,400 subscribers. Almost 3,400 subscribers, which makes me really, really happy. 3,396. So 4 more and we'll be at 3,400. But channel's getting to be a good size, and I really could not be much more pleased with the way it's going. But I do really, really appreciate all you guys' support. I couldn't do without you guys. Thank you guys for watching.